Hi, it's been a while since I've shared on Psalm 23. Last time I shared my short part 5, and I was talking about how he leads us. So that was really covering aspects in verse 2. So I'm going to just move on to verse 3 and just pick out a point from that. So, verse 3, he restores my soul and he leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. So I was thinking about what the paths of righteousness were. Well, I did a bit of research. I thought I'd just read out what I saw on an article that seemed good on bible-history.com about the shepherd's paths. The skill of the shepherd and personal relationship to them is clearly seen when he guides his sheep along narrow paths. The shepherd's psalm says, he leads me in paths of righteousness. The grain fields are seldom fenced or hedged in Bible lands, and sometimes only a narrow path runs between the pasture and these fields. The sheep are forbidden to eat in these fields where crops are growing. Thus, in guiding the sheep along such a path, the shepherd must not allow any of the sheep to get into the forbidden area, because if he does, he must pay damages to the owner of the grain. So we get this picture of a narrow path in between the fields of two farmers, and the shepherd wants to get past those fields to some grazing area, and the sheep are being led along, because as I said, in that culture, in the Middle Eastern culture and ways of shepherding, the shepherd leads the sheep, not drives the sheep. So the shepherd's depending on the relationship that he's formed with the sheep for so that his job goes well, so that he doesn't lose any of his sheep. So he looks after them well, he speaks to them, he knows them each by name, they know his voice, he gives them treats along the journey as they nuzzle into his hand, knowing where the food will come from. And so here we have this picture. So the shepherd maybe have 50 sheep, around 100 sheep. Jesus talked about 100 sheep, didn't he? And one going missing, being led across through this narrow path between the fields. And it's really important that the shepherd keep the sheep moving, because if the sheep just stop and linger and look at the temptation on either side, then one may get lost in the harvest fields at the side, in the grain fields at the side, or whatever's there. The grass can look greener, but it actually isn't a good thing. So that article said that if a sheep does start to go off into one of these fields, the shepherd may have to pay damages for that. Well, Jesus has already paid damages for us, hasn't he? Past, present and future. He's covered it all. But he doesn't want us to be damaged, does he? He doesn't want us going off, because it's not damages to him. He's paid the price. It's damage to us. So we need to keep our eyes on the Good Shepherd. We need to keep with the flock. We need to keep moving on, don't we, to the places that he leads us. Do you know, Jesus, how many times in calling his disciples, said, follow me. And that's what we've to do. We've to keep following him. We've to learn from him and keep close to him. So I hope you're blessed and encouraged, and I hope you'll have your own thoughts on Psalm 23. I'm sure many of you could add more to that. So do enjoy a time of meditation, and bless you. Hope to see you soon. Bye.